Hey guys, it's Evan. I'm down in my basement and I wanted to make a video about Brumating colubrids because it's something I don't do very much and it's something I don't think you've ever seen me talk about, so I'm going to make it. But kind of cool. It's a snow day. They canceled the snow. Sorry, you can't see out the window because it's got frost, but they canceled school for me today, so I'm off work. And basically, I'm just going to show you how I'm doing this. And this isn't a subject that I actually feel like I have enough experience to really tell you in depth on how to do it or answer your questions, but I just want to show you that this is another side of the hobby. It's something I don't really do, but I want to put it out there. Brumating is a cold cycle, usually used more with like North American colubrids, some other types of animals. Boas and things, the cooling that you talk about with boas is not what I would consider brumating. Brumating is pretty much colder than that. And just to give you an idea of what I'm doing, this is kind of a brumation setup I have over here. I have a small rack over on the far side of my basement, far away from my furnace. Because this basement on the side closest to the furnace sits at like 58 to 60, and over here it sits around 55 to 57. So I have it over here next to a window to get it down in that range. The target range is low to mid 50s. That's kind of what we're wanting. I'm doing some California kingsnakes and this corn snake. So I'll just show you what I do. But most importantly, keep it dry. Dry aspen, keep it clean. Contain your moisture with inside a tub. You always want to provide water, but it's in here, it's inside a plastic high box. It can get in there. So if they spill it, it's not going to create hygiene issues, health issues. And then I do this just to contain it so it's not off-gassing a lot of water vapor. So that's basic setup. Other than that, I just do quite a bit of aspen, clean, fresh aspen, and I just come in here weekly and check it. So I'm going to put this, this is a Scotland County, North Carolina locality, F1 corn snake. So her name is Candy. She's a subadult, just so you can see what she looks like. She's a gorgeous animal. Produced by Josh Easter. If you want this locality or any localities of corn snakes, Josh Easter is the one to talk to. But so what I did is I keep her in my main boa room with just a little heat mat, so they don't need it super hot, but she gets access up to like 82 to 84, but then generally the room is at about 70 right now. What I did is I clicked off the heat on her rack about a week ago, and then a few days ago I moved her from the reptile room into my main house, which is at like 65. So I'm stepping her down a little bit gradually, and now I'm putting her over here at 55. So she's going to bed for a couple months. This is part of their natural life process. Cuts maintenance, cuts feeding. It's healthy for them. They'd experience it in the wild. It's also part of breeding, but she's not getting bred. So that's that. And I'm just going to put her down here, and I'm going to mark on her record sheet so I know when I did it. I'm going to pull her out sometime in March, and then I'm going to check on my king snakes. These guys have been going for about a month, a little longer at this point. Actually, I think exactly a month today. But as you can see, they come around, they come out. You can see that it's come through here, but it likes to sit over here. So actually, I've been noticing this one's been camping out in the water box. So I'm wondering if what I want to do is put a second water box in here, just because you don't really want them to be moist. But I'm going to change my waters while I'm here. Actually, let me take this out so I don't spill it. That's one thing I always do that makes me mad is I spill my waters and then I'm doing a full substitution. But if you see, she's cooled down. She's cold to the touch, and she's just real slow. They still are a little active. Still will move around and whatnot. But fresh water. That's my check on her. And check the male as well. This one does not tend to sit in that water box as much, but this is the male, and you can see he's pretty slow. He's cold, but they're not like immovable. They're not like frozen. Again, change water. They're so cold right now that they barely make any mess. And then another thing about this is like, let me just explain something about like physiology with a reptile. Their immune systems are highest when they are warm. And so when it is nice and hot, their immune systems can fight off disease, bacteria, pathogens, whatever. Because when it's nice and warm, those pathogens also proliferate. And then when it's nice and cold, their immune systems are suppressed because their whole life cycle is suppressed, which is why it's so important to keep it dry and clean, because you don't want to kick off RIs and things. But also this coldness helps to maintain the helps to maintain the hygiene and the lack of bacterial load, because bacteria does not like to be or does not proliferate in cold as well. So basically, the theory is the reason brumating is safe is because it's cold enough to control the bacteria and pathogens. The reason that being warm is safe is because it keeps animals immune system's firing. Where you get into the danger zone is with like that mid-range temperatures in the like 60s and the 70s, where the animals slow down, but bacteria can still proliferate. It's kind of like, think about like the danger zone in food safety. So when food's hot, it's safe, and when food's cold, it's safe, but it's that danger zone in the middle. So what you want to do is kind of rush your animals in and out of those danger zones. So it doesn't mean like a month long sitting in your house at 65. It means like a couple days and then moving in here. And then when I come back and warm these guys up, I'm going to bring them out into the room, and then probably put them on heat the next day and get them going. So that's just a general philosophy I'm approaching it to. Not saying it's the right way or wrong way. I don't have enough experience to tell you, but that's just what it is. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my notes down here, because I just have a clipboard down here because it makes it easy to mark as I'm doing it. Take care. I just thought that'd be something interesting that you haven't seen on my page.